Well, there you go. I think this turned out really nice. I decided to install a outdoor putting green. This is synthetic turf. It's not real. I went with synthetic because I ain't got to mow it. I ain't got to water it. I ain't got to worry about sunlight or shade. I ain't got to fertilize it. I ain't got to trim it, edge it. I ain't got to insecticide it, fungicide it. All I gotta do is puticide it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to do nothing. Zero maintenance. Well, let me take it back. It might be a little bit of maintenance involved. Of course, you have to keep it cleaned off. So, I have to blow the leaves from the trees and stuff off of it. I'll probably try to do that daily, just because it's such a small area. I'll do that daily in the fall. That way it doesn't stain or anything. And by the way, you can see a little bit of staining here. See right there? I had the big rough rolled out over this, and so it protected the putting green, but I didn't have it right here. And you can see I got a little stain line, and then all the way down there on the end is another stain line. But I think that'll probably end up blending in, or fading out or whatever. It'll go away before too long. And every so often, periodically, I don't know if it's once a year or whatever, I need to talk to somebody about it, but you re-sand it. You come out here and you brush it, put some sand on it, and brush the sand in it and that kind of thing. And I think that's really all the maintenance that goes to these things. So I'll link up the grading part of the videos up top on this video. You can look at those if you want to. It was grass over here and a bed right here with Stella de Ora, and graded all that out, tore all the grass out, killed the grass, whatever, and brought in a buttload of rock and brought in a buttload of fine screenings. Crusher run, about 4-inch base, and then went with about 2 inches of the fine screening. Had my ABI force out here, graded it, got it like I wanted it. Not a lot of undulation, just didn't want a whole lot of undulation. I've been putting on this thing for an hour today. Believe me, you don't need a lot of undulation. You just put slight breaks in it, and there's not a flat putt out here. Well, down on that end, there's a couple flat putts, but all 4 of these cups have breaks to them, especially this one right here. It's got a big slope that kind of goes that way. Once you get your grading all down, pack it down real tight, then the installation goes. Now, I started doing it. I cut this line right here. By the way, look how straight that is. Yeah. I put a tape line on that joker and cut that thing straight as an arrow. And I had all this laid and had the rough laid and was, getting ready to come down that edge. And then all of a sudden, spring and summer hit. Get crazy busy at work, just doing ball field after ball field. And, that, we're wanting to spend more time with the family and play some golf with my 2 boys. And by the way, my daughter, I think she's going to take it up. And my wife even might be taking it up. So I am absolutely loving that. Just wanting to hang out with them more and not put as much effort into YouTube and the videos and all that. It was just a whole lot of things that went into me calling Southeast Turf. That's where I got my material at. This is a Sinlawn material, and I just called Southeast Turf and said, look, I am swamped. I ain't got time to be messing with no putting green. And plus, I'm kind of learning as I go. So I just paid a crew of their boys to come out here, and they finished it up. They finished up what you see here. So basically, the process is, I laid down the putting green. They kind of adjusted it and all. But there's seams. Let's see, where's the seam at? You see a little bit of a seam right here. And of course, obviously, you have a seam that goes right here. Well, what they use is this, some kind of papery type, cardboardy type material. No clue what you call it. But what you do is you lay it on the ground
like this. And then when you have one seam right here, and then you put the glue stuff on it, and then you glue the two seams together, just like what you see right there. So it's really tedious and really time consuming and really nitpicky, which that's things that I absolutely love. It just really scratches my OCD bone. But like I said, it was just, I can make more money out doing ball fields and that kind of thing. So it was, than the time I would spend doing this. So it's just financially, it was wiser for me to just pay somebody to do it, and I know that it'd be done right. And that's a big deal for me. Of course, I'm gonna do it right too, but it would just take me 15 times as long. So once they do that, you know, and they have these little cutters that they cut everything nice and straight and clean and make all the borders. I mean, look at that line right there. The guy cut that by hand. Look at that right there. Now, of course, we laid down a chalk line, but he got down on his hands and knees and cut all that with a hand tool. And man, they just done a fantastic job and gluing all this stuff together. And then they lay the bags of sand all over it, and to kind of put the weight on the seams to let it dry real good. And here's one thing they did with the cup. They told me to come out here and pick where I wanted the cup location, so I did. And that, you know, the cup would be sitting on top of the green, and they take a long nail and drive it through the center of that cup. That way it marks the base under there, so you know where the cup's going. Then they peel the turf back, dig it out, put the cup in, lay the turf back over it, and then once everything is completed, then they go back and neatly trim out the cup edge right there, where you can, you know, then you obviously see the hole. And I need to get some flags. This is a little screw-on piece right here, and you can put like a little flag on it. So I don't know if I'm gonna get some Tar Heel flags to go on it, or I might get me some little custom GCI turf flags to go on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. If you got an idea, comment and let me know what you think about that. I'm kind of liking that Tar Heel blue flag, you know what I mean? I got the rough that goes all the way around the edge right here. That's roughly 3/4 inch tall, and if I had to guess, this is probably an 1/8 inch tall, something along those lines, maybe 1 inch and an 1/8. But this area right here is like a big chipping area, so you can come right here and stand, and you can just take pitch shots to one of 6 hole locations down there. But Southeast Turf done a fantastic job. To my knowledge, they serve pretty much all of North Carolina, and I think they go to South Carolina as well. So if you are wanting something like this, by all means call those boys, look them up. I'll link everything up in the description about them. But look right here, see that right there? And my little line, you see it's a dead straight line too, where I had that thing rolled out right here. And you know, some of it's from the crepe myrtles falling too, the blooms, and then it rained on it, you know, stuff like that. You know, the blooms turn all brown and yucky. So, you know, that could be a permanent stain. If it is, I ain't sweating it. If it goes away, fantastic. Oh, I gotta clean this mess up, and probably just gonna put like some river rock, some little 1 inch, you know, white stone or gray stone or something, and just fill that whole strip up right there. That way I don't have to maintain any of that. Just keep the weeds sprayed out of it. And then all along the edge, there's a little bit of a drop off right there. It goes all the way down like that right there. Probably this winter, when it's not blistering hot, I'm gonna probably bring a Ventrac in here and maybe half a dump truck load of some dirt, and just build that up and taper it off a little bit so that it's not a drop off. And then I'll probably just pine needle right up to the edge of it and be done with it. But you can see right there, a little bit of a drop off. It just goes all the way down. I think that's what I'll do, just keep it simple and clean. But yeah,
The green rolls kinda, sorta true to a real green. If you play Bermuda grass greens that are really fast and really firm, then you'll understand what I'm saying, that this green right here plays more like a very fast and firm Bermuda grass green. Does not play like a soft bent grass green, that's for sure. I don't know what else to tell you about it other than it looks fantastic. Look at that thing, man. I really like this. So anyway, there you go. Don't forget, North Carolina, South Carolina, Southeast turf. If you are interested in something along these lines, then you can for sure get you one. Fantastic space. Check you later.